So today I've got my hands on the Garmin Venu 2 Plus. And here it is on my wrist. Now I've been using this watch for a few days now, and today I bring you my full detailed review of the Garmin Venu 2 Plus. But first of all, inside the box you will find a user manual, a USB charging cable, and of course the watch itself. Now the watch is made from a combination of metal and plastic, so we have stainless steel bezels going all the way around, surrounded by plastic sides going all the way around, and the back cover is also made from stainless steel. You can see the health sensors, charger pins, and there is a small microphone hole as well. Now on the right we have three buttons. The first one is your power/action button. The middle button is customizable, so you can set it to open certain apps and functions, or you can long press it to activate your voice assistant for your phone. And in my case, it's going to be Siri, because I am connected to my iPhone 13 Pro. And the third button you have here is a back button. And on the other side, we have a loudspeaker. Now let's talk about the watch dimensions. This watch is 43.6 millimeters in diameter, it's 12.6 millimeters in thickness, and it weighs 50.7 grams with the straps on. And this is how the watch looks on my wrist. So yeah, definitely light on the wrist. It doesn't feel too big or chunky either. I have a wrist circumference of 7 inches, and this watch feels just right for my wrist. So yeah, liking the dimensions and weight. And to give you an idea of the size, I'm going to bring in the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. So here they are side by side. The Galaxy Watch 4 is 45 millimeters in diameter with an 11 millimeter thickness, and it weighs 76.3 grams. And it does have a slightly larger 1.4 inch Super AMOLED display versus the Venu 2 Plus's slightly smaller 1.3 inch AMOLED display, and it's also slightly smaller in diameter. Thickness is nearly the same, but the Venu 2 Plus is much lighter than the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. And from my experience, smartwatches weighing under 60 grams on your wrist definitely feels good, especially if you're going to be wearing the watch all day long. And Garmin's battery life is incredible, and we'll come to that in a bit. So yeah, coming back to the screen, 1.3 inch AMOLED display with a screen res of 416 by 416. Screen is bright and sharp, and the watch is powered by the Realtek 8762DK chipset. The watch is running Garmin's custom OS, which is quite user-friendly and straightforward to use, which I will be going through in detail very shortly. For connectivity, you have built-in Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth version 5, but I believe there is no LTE option available. So the smartwatch functions via Bluetooth by syncing all data to and from your smartphone. The watch is 5 ATM water resistant, so it's good for swimming and diving. Now straps are made from black TPU silicone material with a textured finish on the top, which looks quite nice. And on the other side, you have a plain finish for comfort. The straps do feature a quick release, so you can easily replace them with your own 20mm strap. Now another thing I do like is the fact that the watch is compatible with both Android and iOS phones, and the smartphone app is called Garmin Connect. And a quick look at the app, you can see you have all your health stats on one page, and you can see it's already very detailed. And you can tap on any of these sections for more detailed information, as you can see. Now let me just say that the health tracking and GPS is genuinely one of the best I have experienced in a smartwatch. You have the option to join or create challenges. You can also connect with friends and family and do the same with them. It's motivational and makes you want to be more active. I really do like this feature. I know Samsung has a similar feature too, but I like to see more smartwatches come with these motivational challenges. You have a calendar, newsfeed, and when you tap more, you will see lots of settings and options to play around with. There is also a second app you need to download called Garmin Connect IQ. And with this app, you'll be able to download more content like watch faces and apps. And you do have some big name apps included like Spotify, Deezer, Amazon Prime, and so on and so forth. You also have the ability to connect the watch with Apple Health, Strava, FitnessPal, and more. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the smartphone app. It's well informative, easy to use, probably one of the best smartphone apps I've come across in recent times. So you're getting a great user experience from Garmin Connect. Now let's talk about battery life. This smartwatch will give you two options: always on display or raise your hand for the screen to turn on. In both scenarios, I had all health tracking switched on to 24 hours. Always on display gave me 2 to 3 day battery life, and screen on hand raise mode gave me 7 to 8 days of solid battery life. Now, if you switch off some of the all day tracking options, then yes, you will certainly achieve the 15-day battery life quoted by Garmin. But for me personally, I would like to get as much health data as I can from my smartwatches. So I'm always going to keep all the sensors on, and 7 to 8 days is a pretty damn good battery life for a full featured smartwatch. Now let's have a closer look at the watch features, starting with watch faces. Now 99% of smartwatches that I've tested allow you to change the watch face by keeping the center screen pressed for a few seconds. If you do that with this watch, nothing happens. Garmin has chosen a different approach. Now you can change the watch face by keeping the back button pressed for 2 seconds. You'll get your options and settings, hit watch face, and then you'll be able to change between a whole bunch of watch faces. The other way to do it is through the smartphone app. So tap on the device, scroll down, tap on appearance, and then tap on watch faces. Now the benefit from doing it from the smartphone is you'll be able to download more watch faces as well. So these are all the watch faces that I've actually installed. But if you tap get more watch faces, it opens Garmin IQ Connect. You can tap on any watch face you like and you can go ahead and install it directly from your phone. So I will now give you a few examples of some of the watch faces available on this watch. And when you get to the end of the list, you'll have an option to create your own watch face. So first of all, you choose the type, live or still. I am going to choose live. So I think I'll just choose this one here. Then you swipe left. You're going to choose your watch type. Is it going to be analog or digital? So swipe up or down. Then just tap the action button to save your watch face. So that's how you create a custom watch face. And you can get real adventurous with that. So you've seen the watch faces. Now let's check out some of the watch features. If you press the top button with the watch on, if you press it once, you will see your workouts. Now I've actually selected my favorite workouts already. So you can see the 3 or 4 most common workouts that I like doing are there for me to select. If you wanted to change that list, you just go down, hit the plus sign, and then you'll see the full list of activities or sports. And you can go ahead and select any you want. And it's quite a long list, as you can see. Now if you keep the top button pressed for 2 seconds, it will open up the control menu. This control menu is customizable. You can change all of the shortcuts that you can see on here. So you can access your music, your volume, you can initiate your Bluetooth phone calls. Brightness can be adjusted from here, and I really like how that looks. Look at the brightness adjustment. You've also got auto brightness, so if you didn't want to worry about the brightness, stick it on auto and it will automatically adjust itself accordingly. So yeah, a whole bunch of functions you've got here. They're customizable. You can add and remove stuff. Some cool features there. I quickly want to show you music. Here are some MP3s that I've actually saved directly on the watch. So if I just play one of them. So this music I'm playing is playing directly on the watch. The speaker is on the left side. Now speaker quality is quite good. And so is the microphone quality, which we'll test very shortly. So yeah, I like that you can transfer your music over. Not only that, for music, you can also change the providers. So my music is the music I stored. You've got Deezer, Spotify. You can play your Amazon music, or you can play music directly from your phone, and you can control everything from the watch. So I'm really liking that mainstream support for all the music apps. That's quite important. But also you can connect a pair of Bluetooth headphones. The middle button can be customized. So if you press it once, I've got it again set on music, but you can change that to anything you like. And I think I'll quickly show you how to change that. So if we go down, hit settings, if we go to shortcut, button tap, music control, button hold, it will activate the phone's voice assistant. So for us, that's going to be Siri. So if you tap that, So here are all the shortcuts that you can create with that middle button. So I've got it on music when you tap it once, but you can have contacts, volume, and so on and so forth. So a whole list of shortcuts that you can customize. So let's quickly activate the voice assistant. So if I keep it pressed for 2 seconds, it's connecting to the voice assistant. What is the weather like today in London?
It's currently cloudy and 10 degrees in London.
So you just saw that I activated my Siri voice assistant directly on the watch, and it works absolutely fine. So far my experience with iPhone has been great. All functions work absolutely fine. I haven't had any limitations yet. The last button is a back button, so it will back you out of any menu and take you back to the watch face. But if you keep it pressed for 2 seconds, it gives you your system settings and menus, and all of your system settings and options are available for you to tinker with. The OS itself, if you swipe down from the top, you're going to get a whole list of results. You've got your SpO2, respiration, stress, body battery. You've got heart rate, hydration, calories, intensity, floors climbed, steps. And then at the top you have the battery and the date. And it even gives you a prediction of how much battery is left. So it says there 3 more days of battery. That's the prediction. Now, if you want some detailed information on any of these categories, for example, let's go to sleep, tap it. It will give you more information on your sleep. So it says there I've got a score of 77, quality fair, 6 hours, 48 minutes. If I swipe up, it gives you even more information, what time I went to sleep and what time I woke up. 11:19 to 6:23 a.m., which is absolutely right, spot on. If you go down, you can see deep sleep, 57 minutes, light sleep, 4 hours and 13, and so on and so forth. I was awake for 25 minutes. So all this information you're seeing is called your glances. So it's a kind of snapshot of your health, and you can see there's a lot of information there. And I like that you can check out the detailed information on every metric here by just tapping on it. Also, you can go to the bottom of the list, hit edit, and you can edit these glances. You can add stuff and remove stuff. Now you notice me swiping towards the right. When you swipe towards the right, it acts like a back gesture. So it's like pressing the back button. Most smartwatches just have this, so by default, I already know to just go like that to go back. Now, if you swipe up from the bottom, again, you've got the same glances there, and you just start from the top of the list. That's the difference. You start from the top or you start from the bottom. And here you can see all your notifications. You can tap on any notification you like. It's read only, you can't reply. But the best part is you've got all of the logos on the side. So the Ring logo, you can see the logos for messages. I really like having a logo for notification. It may not be a deal breaker for some of you, but for me, using the high-end smartwatches, the logos on the notifications makes a huge difference to the user experience. It just looks nice to the eye. You straight away know it's coming in from Facebook or it's coming in from Twitter or Ring. It just looks better as opposed to just having black and white text with no color logos. So yeah, notifications do look nice on this watch. So you can only either swipe down or up. There's no other system menus available if you swipe left or right. And that is pretty much it. I feel like quickly running through the settings just to show you what to expect. So you've got watch faces, clocks, phone calling, history. Show you what clocks is. So under clocks, you've got alarms, stopwatch, timer, and time. I'll quickly show you what stopwatch looks like. I think it's quite nifty actually. You feel a vibration on your wrist as soon as you start the clock. So you start, stop, and then you can save it if you need to. Phone calling is quite important. You've got a dialer. You can straight away dial a number and you'll be able to take the call directly on the watch. So it's like having a smartphone on your wrist. You can leave your phone in your pocket. You can make and receive phone calls on this. It would have been nice if we had the ability to send and receive messages as well. That would have been quite cool. But unfortunately you can't. You've got history there. So everything you've done, history, totals, records. Hit the settings and then you've got more. So activities and apps, glances, I've shown you already. Broadcast heart rate, that's your real-time heart rate going there. Pulse OX, you can see tracking mode all day, but you can change that to during sleep or on demand. Sensors and accessories, you can use external sensors if you want to. So external heart rate sensors, you can use them, you can add them, and it works extremely well. We are going to be testing the sensors on this very shortly, so stay tuned for that. When you tap on music, you can go ahead and choose your provider. You can sign in, add your headphones, etc. Connectivity settings, you've got phone and Wi-Fi. If you tap on phone, here are your notification settings, pair phone and sync. Let's go back. Wi-Fi. Here's your Wi-Fi settings. So auto upload is off. Wi-Fi sync, my networks. So it does save your network. Okay, under user profile, you'll see your personal information like your weight, your date of birth, etc. Safety and tracking, incident detection. I guess that's going to be like fall detection, and it works when you're walking, running, bike, or hike. Okay, haven't had an incident yet, so I can't really report on that. Assistance. Now, when you first set up the watch, you're going to put down your emergency contacts. Now, if you ever need help, you keep the action button pressed permanently until you feel 3 vibrations. It will then immediately try to contact or alert your emergency contact to get you that help. So that's assistance, which is really cool. Emergency calling and emergency contacts, that's going to be their phone numbers. And then you have live track, which I have off at the moment. So that's your safety and tracking. You've got activity tracking, status on, move alert on, goals on, move IQ on, auto activity start. You've got automatic fitness tracking available on this. If I start walking for at least 5 minutes, it's going to track that as an activity automatically. I won't have to press anything. Same with running. If I start running, a minute later, it's going to immediately start tracking it as an activity. So that's your automatic activity tracking. If we go back, you've got battery manager. I'll show you what happens. Battery saver enabled. You will now have 7-day battery life. And you can see the changes it made. Watch face, low power, display timeout short, Wi-Fi disabled, brightness low, music disabled, auto activity start disabled, your blood oxygen is disabled, and your gesture mode is off. That is what happens in low power mode. I do want to show you what the watch face looks like. So that's going to be your watch face for low power mode. So the options there, but it will extend the battery by 7 days based on what I'm doing. Right now we have a 64% battery. It's going to last another 7 days from here. Now, system settings, auto lock is off, language, time, display, hit display, brightness 80%. You've got physio true up on, sounds, vibration, do not disturb units, data recording, USB mode, reset, software update, and about. So that is pretty much all your system settings. I want to do a quick phone call test. So let's try calling someone. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how you doing? You okay?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm just doing a quick phone call test on a smartwatch, so I hope you're not too busy. I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Oh no, yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm not busy either, sorry. I can hear you quite clearly, and I'm sure you can hear me too.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Is my voice clear to you?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're calling me from a watch.
Yeah, what are you doing? You sound like you're cooking.
Cooking.
Yeah, what are you making?
Lamb pilau.
Lamb pilau. I'll give you a call later on, yeah? Anyway, take care. Thanks for this. I'll talk to you soon.
Alright.
Take care. Bye. The Bluetooth phone calls works absolutely fine. And I love how you can just tap on any name you like to initiate a phone call. And also really good speaker quality, really good microphone quality. I like that the volume control, microphone mute, everything was right there, just like you would have it on your phone. So Bluetooth phone calls works extremely well, better than I thought it would. So yeah, top marks for that. All right, so we are now going to test the accuracy of the heart rate and SpO2 monitoring. So this little device here is the O2 ring. You wear it on your thumb, and it is a medical grade sensor showing you your blood oxygen and heart rate within 10 seconds of putting it on. So it's very fast and it's very accurate. So you can see my heart rate is currently 71 and blood oxygen is 97. So first of all, we're just going to tap on heart rate, and there you can see a live reading 65, 64 beats per minute. And you can see the O2 ring is literally giving us the same result, 64, 65, 66. They are nearly identical. 73, 73. And they both turned off at the same time as well. Interesting. Yeah. This is the closest to medical grade standards I have ever experienced. This is an incredible heart rate sensor in this watch that beats anything that I've ever tested. It's on par with the O2 ring. Very impressed. Let's go to blood oxygen and see if it can pull off the same result. It's measuring my blood oxygen, asking me to keep still. Blood oxygen is at 97% on the O2 ring. Let's see what this watch can really do. Wow, that was quick. 96%, and it's still giving us an accurate heart rate sensor just underneath it. I can match both now. 96% and 71 beats, 72 beats. Wow. I am gobsmacked. If you buy this watch, you don't need the O2 ring because this watch is as accurate as a medical grade sensor. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm surprised that I didn't read that anywhere on the website. Medical grade standards, but they're not advertising that. I don't know why. Yeah, the most accurate heart rate sensor and blood oxygen sensors I've ever witnessed on a smartwatch. Yeah, the Galaxy Watch and Apple Watch come close, but not like this. This is as fast and as accurate as a medical grade sensor. I've also noticed that GPS accuracy is off the charts. It's very accurate GPS down to meters. So this watch gets top marks for its health tracking, health sensors. Definitely a winner in my eyes. So there you have it, guys. That was the Garmin Venu 2 Plus. Now, there is no doubt in my mind, this is a brilliant smartwatch. The design is great. It looks and feels expensive, but manages to maintain a light weight on the wrist and is quite slim as well. Health and fitness tracking is the most accurate I've ever come across. The GPS is also super accurate. Third-party app support is there with some mainstream apps for music. It's highly customizable with shortcuts, glances menu can all be customized, your workouts can be customized. There is even a button that can be customized to launch what you like. So a lot of customization options. It excels at fitness tracking the heart rate, SpO2, sleep cycles, skin temperature, respiration, and stress. You've got a battery life to be proud of. You probably won't stop telling people how good your battery life is. So we have a long list of pros, as you can see, but there are a few things to mention. You can only record one instance of sleep. So for example, if you get up at night for a drink or go to the bathroom and then go back to bed, it will not track the second sleep. Also, if you go to sleep in the daytime, it will not track your daytime naps. The Samsung Galaxy Watch, on the other hand, for example, is smart enough to track my sleep at any time. If I fall asleep on the chair right now, wearing this watch, it will track that as a daytime nap. It will track multiple sleep records at night, so I can get up once, twice, 3 times in a night, go back to sleep, and it will time everything perfectly. Unfortunately, the Garmin Venu 2 Plus cannot do this. It just tracks one session of sleep. If you're awake, then it stops tracking. So no daytime naps and no multiple sleep records. May not bother some of you out there, but me coming from a Samsung, I really do miss this feature. At this price point, I expected it to do the same, if not better. But I do hope that Garmin could bring this feature alive via a firmware update. That would be very useful. The Venu Plus 2 is basically identical to the Venu 2. Main differences in the new Plus version that we have here is it has a microphone for Bluetooth phone calls, whereas the previous version does not. Also, this Plus model is only available in 43mm size, whereas the older Venu 2 is available in both 40 and 45mm options. Finally, this watch supports contactless payments, but for US banks only at the moment. I could not use it with any of my UK banks. So you're not going to be making contactless payments in the UK and quite possibly Europe as well. I also believe that there is no LTE option available for this watch. Now the Venu 2 Plus is a different type of smartwatch. It does things totally different. The software is different to any smartwatch I have come across so far. Garmin have their own thing going and it's good. But by trying to be totally different, it makes me personally want to wish for things. Now my wishes are just my own opinions on how to improve the watch. These are not deal breakers. So first thing I could wish for is, I wish I could change my watch face by keeping the center press for 2 seconds. Not being able to do that does feel strange, but of course you can quite easily get to the watch faces within 2 steps. A few more wishes. I wish something would happen when I swipe left or right. Every time I swipe, doing nothing feels like a wasted opportunity. How about bringing up the control menu every time you swipe left or right? Even that would have been useful and quicker than keeping the button pressed for 2 seconds. So, see, really minor points I got here, but I just want to bring them across anyway. I wish there were more mainstream fitness apps available to download in the Garmin iQ App Store. Now the mainstream music apps are covered, which is great. But what about the popular health and fitness apps like Strava, Map My Run, etc.? So here is the health and fitness section. You can see here, nothing mainstream. You just got a handful of apps, nothing mainstream at all. And the only other mainstream apps I could find was the Starbucks card. And if we quickly scroll down, I saw Kayak Pro is there as well. And that is pretty much it. So that brings us to my top smartwatch chart of 2022, showing you all the latest and greatest smartwatches and seeing how they compare with each other, and allowing you to compare these specs, features and prices. So as you can see, I have ranked the Garmin Venu 2 Plus at number 4 on this chart. Now you can view the full versions of all my charts online at chigstech.com and read them at your leisure. So bottom line, this watch is nearly one of the best smartwatches money can buy. But then it takes a few steps backwards due to the limitations that I've mentioned already in the cons. Now for this price point, I just expected it to be better than the competition in every aspect, not just fitness and GPS. And where it lacks is due to the limitation of the software. Now had this watch been running even a hybrid Google/Garmin Wear OS mix, then it would have been a different story. If you're looking for the most accurate health and GPS sensors on a smartwatch, then nothing beats this Garmin watch yet. If you want anything more from your watch, or if you're coming from a Galaxy or Apple Watch, the lack of features in comparison might slightly disappoint you, especially due to the high price tag. Now, I hope you found this video useful. Any questions or anything you want to know about the Garmin Venu 2 Plus, feel free to ask me in the comments and I'll do my best to reply as soon as possible. Meanwhile, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.